Hello. So this is the day after the election, and I wanted to share some thoughts that I've had. I've been all over the place this morning, and I went into my meditation space this morning and just asked for some grounding and wisdom. Asked my guides, God, source, whoever's out there to help. And I was drawn to this book, What If? This is by a local 99-year-old woman, Anne S.P. Smith. I do not know her personally, but she is a friend of a friend. And I just picked up her book this week when I saw it. She just published this book. And when I saw it, I didn't even know what it was about, but I just had this very strong pull to it, and I immediately bought it. If you're interested in this book, let me know if you have this pull too. So it is 125 questions to discover more about life and faith. And I love questions. Questions are like my favorite thing besides my children and my husband. And she is just so full of wisdom. I could go on and on about this book and her perspective. But anyway, this is the page that I opened to. So all of the pages are what if. It's 125 questions that start with what if. And the one that I opened to was, what if I have adopted the culture's idea that winning is everything? And I'm just going to let that sit for a moment. So maybe I was thinking maybe that the person I wanted to win, maybe that what needed to happen for this country was not her winning. I find that hard to believe. But I gotta lean into faith here, people. What if that's not what needed to happen? And then I also realized that I'm saying this from a place of Midwestern white girl privilege, Midwestern white girl Protestant privilege, and that no one, well, I don't want to go down that road. I'm just going to leave it there. I can lean into the what ifs because I am probably not in immediate danger. And I realize that privilege. So then I was thinking about the responsibility. If it's not about winning, then what can I do? What is in my hands? And then I was thinking about JFK and his famous, ask not what your country can do for you, but for what you can do for your country. Ask what you can do for your country. I butchered that a bit, but you remember this famous speech, inaugural speech. So that made me think, how am I leading and doing what I can do? And what I don't want is division and hatred. And so how can I create community and understanding and curiosity? And I think that's one of the beautiful things about Anne's book is when we feel like we need to protect and defend, that we get very closed and constricted. And how can I open to different possibilities that don't look the way I think they should look, but maybe there's room in those possibilities for growth and evolution that I can't see from my very limited perspective. So I like that curiosity opens up some space for exploring the different possibilities. And then what can I do and how can I be an example of that exploration and openness and curiosity? And The quotes from wise people just kept coming to me this morning. The other quote was, it's not, winning isn't, the old adage, winning isn't everything. Going back to Anne's quote, winning isn't everything. It's how you play the game. So here we are. How are we going to play the game? What are we going to do now? And how are we going to play this out? So I'm thinking about that. And then I'll end with the Gandhi quote. How am I going to be the change that I want to see in this world? Because these are the circumstances. This is the situation and circumstance that we find ourselves in. And in our lives, lots of times we find ourselves in circumstances that we don't like. And we don't want this circumstance. And whether you do or you don't, here's where we are. And what do you want the world to look like? What do you want this country to look like? And then how can you do that on any scale? Big, small, with your family, with your friends, with your community. How can you influence and make the world a place that you want to be in, no matter what the circumstances are? So those were the thoughts and the guidance that came to me this morning, and I felt like sharing it because I thought maybe someone needed to hear it today. And I hope you found some inspiration in that for your power. Where's your power? I hope you found empowerment in something that I said, because we all need to find our power in this circumstance. Our loving power. Shall I say that? Not the bully power. I just want to clarify. We all need to find our loving power, not bullies. Bullies are not cool. Okay. Sending my best to you.